Today we read from Mark chapter 14, verses 26 to 42. I wonder if you have ever been to Coventry Cathedral. It's a 20th century building, post-war, filled with contemporary works of art, deeply symbolic and meaningful. If you have been, you might remember the Chapel of Gethsemane, which depicts the latter part of this passage. The great gold angel holding out the cup to be drunk, seen through the screen of a vertical, huge crown of thorns. It's immensely moving. The images available online don't show what is to the side. On the wall to the right of the angel is a stone relief showing the 3 disciples curled up together and fast asleep. I always remember this chapel when I hear the story of Jesus praying in Gethsemane. There is such pathos in the story. The disciples, oblivious to their master, going through mental torture as he anticipates what is to come and prays for release from his fate. He is so alone. Meanwhile, the angel is there, but he holds the cup, and with a commanding finger pointing up to heaven, he enjoins Jesus to drink it. The tragedy is deepened by Peter's words beforehand, "I will never deny you." Not only did he, but he was unable even to watch as Jesus prayed. He fell asleep with the rest. So we have the famous words, "The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak." How Jesus must have felt as those closest to him and most supportive and most trusted let him down in this way, even at the moment when he was waiting for another of the 12 to arrive and betray him. His suffering didn't only start at the cross and the scourging. It was not only physical, dreadful though that was. It was not only spiritual, as he battled with the temptation to save himself and as he allowed evil its day of victory. It was also emotional, as his friends betrayed and denied him and abandoned him to save their own lives, their own skins. Of course, they were all forgiven, and the relationship with Jesus was restored and deepened after the resurrection. Their human frailty, shared by him, but conquered sufficiently to enable him to go through with his ordeal, was understood and forgiven. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. And what of us? What of all the terrible human suffering going on in the world and barely perceived by us while we pursue our daily lives, apparently uncaring? And yet, what could we do? How could we help them? We feel mostly helpless and inadequate, overwhelmed if we stop and think about some of the situations we hear about in the news, let alone the many more that we don't ever hear about. I suppose the least we can do, apart from our charitable giving, is to be aware of those in our own neighbourhood and community, not to overlook the people near to us, to notice, to do what we can to support them, and certainly to pray for them, as well as for the places of suffering in the news, far and near. In the words of the evening service, "O God, make speed to save us. O Lord, make haste to help us."